I think trans people are pretty based.
Is it my turn? Leave it to me! I can go home.
Yup, it's time to talk about Bridget, Guilty Gear's one and only trans character. However, Bridget has a very different story of coming out. Bridget is the daughter, or originally son, of a multi-million-dollar family. Her parents, believing that having male twins was a curse, decided to raise Bridget as a girl. However, Bridget grew tired of that life and decided to leave the village and become a bounty hunter. Although she dressed in female clothes, she would constantly remind people that she was a boy. Her choice of bounty, of course, was Gears, which brought her in contact with Dizzy. However, with her increasing success as a bounty hunter, we find her in Strive a little bit unsure of her gender. She still tends to remind people that she is a boy. However, at the end of her arcade, she finally comes out as female. So, this story has a happy ending.
I don't want to run scared anymore. If I keep on faking it like this, I know I'll regret it. So from now on, no matter what, no more lying to myself. Thank you. Both of you.
Don't mention it. Happy trails, cowgirl, or, cowboy.
Cowgirl is fine, because I'm a girl.
Hello, everyone. This is David Leibowitz with Philosophy V Game Philosophy, and I did promise Bridget at the end of Pride Month. We did Testament early on, the only non-binary character in Guilty Gear. Now we have the only trans character in Guilty Gear. And I am, again, a philosopher. I know my Jung, I know my psychology. I am a trained singer from high school and before. I cannot give you musical theory notes, but I will give my best to break down everything I can about this song. Mostly the philosophy, but definitely the singing. As this is definitely a very different style of song to the rest of the Guilty Gear. Closest one being Profession Can't Please Me, but this is still even different, more different than that. Alright, without further ado, happy Pride Month, let's go!
The town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid that something will change.
So, as we talked about in the lore breakdown, Bridget is raised as a girl, is a boy, and she wants to run away from her life in the multi-million dollar family. Probably thinks too pithy and all that. She wants to be a free spirit. But there's that. The town is referring to the village she came from. The other thing is, of course, herself, the town inside. This is very much a coming out song, and it relates to how she is away from her girlness, her true female identity that she has, and she is not able to accept that in herself. The town inside me also, if I think about the town, this is also the unconscious, the collective unconscious in ourselves that Carl Jung talks about. In the sense, Jung actually brought up his first idea of the collective unconscious as if you think about the Persona series, if you think about he was in the in a dream, he had the top floor of a house. Each floor he went down went earlier in history until he went to the basement, which was the prehistoric looking, with like a caveman. And this is what actually made him break with Freud, because Freud analyzed that dream and is like, do you have a death wish? I see two skulls there. So I think that's also referring to very much the inner life, the unconscious, the collective unconscious. It's beautiful. But I'm afraid if I go back, I'm going back to myself, if I go back to my girlness, if I go back to as well the town itself, the town that's there. I don't want to go back to that town.
Me without me, I'm the one to blame.
Me without me, I'm the one to blame. Like, yeah, no, but she understands that she's the reason why she's doing this. She's repressing herself, her literal self, into her unconscious, her femaleness, and her connection with her family, which, even though she is born and from England in the series, it's still Japanese made. I actually think this might be the most Japanese Jungian thing I've seen from a Japanese game. I think Persona 3 and Persona 4 have it. Persona 5 definitely goes all in rebellion. The context around Bridget being trans is not defiance. Her defying her family actually was remaining a boy. In this weird context, being trans is actually conformity to her family. which is weird, but actually fits very nicely into Japanese values. Because the Japanese form of individuation, the part in which we integrate the shadows, which is also our community, is the means at which we come in close and come in terms with having a lower ego in society. Because Bridget is in a sense lowering the ego. Now she needs to be in herself, she needs to have it strengthened, and she's still from England, but it's still interesting how this is going about it. And of course the notion of blame is very much a Japanese Eastern collectivist, like, oh, she feels ashamed of what she's done. She's filled ashamed that she's gone away from her family, but she's still running away. We'll definitely talk about the different type of music. I mean, it was, yeah, exactly, my own will. I individually moved away, but she was bored of that life.
Was it hard? But
I didn't hate it, but I did not even like it. I did not even like it because she's like, but kind of, there's a part of my family that I like, part of my town that I like.
I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for
The gray haze is sort of the fog, like in Persona 4, when they talk about the fog, like that's the fogginess both in all of ourselves, but the fogginess and an understanding of our unconscious, understanding of ourselves. I've had a gray haze, so it's like that's literally that's the fog. That's the not lack of understanding of ourselves and lack of understanding of others.
long time though. I never found out what it was. It's my stress, that's for sure.
It's like what I was, it stops. I never found out what I was, it's my stress, that's for sure. It stops. It stops. It's like she can't even get through the note. It's like, no, she's too stressed out. It's too much inner turmoil in her head.
Sure. I never wanted to run away. I was very motivated.
I never wanted, but I was very motivated to both stay and be a good girl in the family, but also motivated to go away. It's such this great inner turmoil.
Then what is this feeling?
What is this feeling? What is the shadow what is the family that's coming to me?
Who would I ask?
She's going away. She's away. She's got no one.
Impatient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for
I've had a gray haze. Again, the fog in the self, the unconscious. It's not being accessed.
a long time though. I never found out what it was. I taste like.
Again, it stops again. I never found out what I was. I taste like vegetables I don't like. It's like, no, I can't get to I can't get to it. I can't get to that moment.
Vegetables I don't like.
But now we start feeling the unconscious. We feel the flowingness of the self. I hear everyone. I hear all the archetypes. I hear all of the people and the shadows and the family. This is the family again. Japanese society. This notion of shiawase. Shiawase as basically means happiness, but it also used to mean togetherness. It's very much this idea that even though Japan is currently in a collectivist society, it's more because of the towns is far away from each other. But even though Bridget was in a little village, its song clearly conveys that she was still in touch and in love with many of the people that maybe weren't as fortunate as her, but she was friends with them and she ran away from that life. So there's clearly a part of herself that she has left. And that is sort of the old town, a village, like a old small Japanese village. The Satoyama by the village, the mountain village, the forest village, all there just by the side. But that life of Japan is gone. We'll talk about that more with Nagoriyuki and Baiken as well. And give that the big theme is the fall of Japan. Again, Bridget is English, but I feel it hard in this song. It's so great. It's so great inside myself, but I'm not there.
I'm not there, just watching from.
I'm watching from afar. I'm only have my strong ego. That's it. Nothing else. No other. The water inside me. I'm not going under.
I can go home, 'cause I'm afraid something will change. Me without me.
Again, I'm the one to blame. It's all my fault. I've repressed myself.
I'm not waiting.
This is perfectly Jungian. This feels so. It's like, this sounds like right after like Phineas, like Disney old like 2000s pop. Like both this and Perfection Can't Please Me both like feel like 2000s pop. Though this has even less rock than that one. Like this is like completely like just again right out of Disney or something. A Disney Channel like show like Phineas and Ferb. I don't know, like I don't know about High School Musical, but like that, those kinds of stuff.
I already have the gift, just can't
It's like those, it's those specifically those background singers that you just can't open the box, like those, like it's very high. So like, but like the box, that's literally the self, the individuation. It's also Japanese Zen Buddhist in a sense that that awakening, nirvana, enlightenment is right under your fingertip. As we talked about with the Name of Heaven, enlightenment is right under your fingertip. That that Satori in Zen thought is literally right there. It is your inner power. You're supposed to look under, and it's there. And that ties perfectly with Jungian psychology, as well as Eric Fromm talked a lot about Zen's connection as well. Who is another psychoanalyst who was not Jungian, but Jungian's like Eric Fromm too.
In the box. I know all about it. No one can
But I know it, but no one can stop me from being myself.
solve it. Unless I decide to do something.
I just do something about it. It's like do something about it. It's like the very, very pop. Do something about it. It's like yeah. Well, I have to come back again. Just messed up again with all of this. Either way, yes, we were just talking about do something about it. Yes, because you can't just stop me from having this dysphoria. You can't stop me from being myself. It's very inner turmoil. So that's why we continue. Yeah, no one can stop it.
Unless I decide to do something about it.
Exactly.
It's not even
the case. Wait.
in case. I've been patient, but it was bearable.
Boom,
I've
boom.
had the gray haze for a long
Still the great haze.
time, though.
Boom, boom.
I never
Found out what I was. I
I
hate
hate
the
the
alarm
alarm
clock
clock
that
I
I chose. It's like, oh, but I hate that I have to wake up every single morning and just realize what I am, and that it's not nice. Life is not good. I hate what it's like. But again, it's also just going. It's again the retreat from the I hate the alarm clock. It's like just it's a thought again. It's the thought. It's like this is like meditation, and there's a thought, and there's like these thoughts coming in that don't allow you from fully appreciating yourself and fully being yourself. That stop you from understanding and listening to the unconscious, listening to the silence, the nothingness of yourself.
But down.
Oh! You never
Woo! I'm not there.
Woo!
Watch from afar. I can go home because I'm afraid something will change. Be without me. I'm the one to blame.
But now we feel the triumphantness of the guitar, finally the rock, the rebellion, the feelings of liberation. This is what the guitar symbolizes. Woo! Perfect. I'm out of pain. I'm done. I gotta enlighten. I gotta see what. I gotta open the box. Santa Claus's gift are here, and I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna be a girl. I'm gonna go back to my family roots. I'm gonna be one with my family. Gonna be one with my country. It's gonna be great.
My body is light. Let's paint the gray haze.
If you know the ending of Persona 4, you know exactly how this is literally that. This is, I mean, at the end, without saying what anything else happened, like the fog goes away, and the TV world turns out to be a completely blue, beautiful place. And that is, I mean, Japan. That is the fog that is in playing Japan. That is exactly what's happening. Like the unconscious in the self, the emptiness, the not understanding of the self has gone away, and now this pure, perfect understanding, which is Buddhist and also Japanese and Jungian.
Into sky blue. I know who you are. I'm not leaving.
I know who you are. I'm not leaving you again. Like, it's perfect. That it's just getting to, like, no, I know who you are. She's talking to the self. She's talking to the shadow. I know who you are. And that she's not going to leave her again, leave the shadow. She's going to be a girl. She's going to be one with the family. She's going to maybe go back to her town, or at least integrate the shadow of the family in the town into herself, and understand that she's a beautiful ocean inside her. That's the Zen thought. The true self is the ocean inside you.
You again. The time inside me, and then I once more.
Oh, perfect pop.
I'm not there. Just watching from afar. There is nowhere to go.
Sorry about that again. Last time. Hopefully we'll get through the last 40 seconds. All right, let's do this. Yeah, no, we were just talking about there's nowhere to go back. She is basically restricting herself, that there's nowhere to go inside herself. She's in a box. She's in the endless ocean, the endless sea of the self. And that's beautiful.
It's all illusion.
It's all just food. It's all just food. Again, food for thought, food of the self, food to understand yourself. It's beautiful. It's all food. Everything's wonderful. Everything's tasty. It's all just food. This actually might be a line to the vegetable, like the vegetables I don't like. No, the vegetables that I don't like, that's the shadow. Now I like the food. Now I like the vegetables.
Me without me.
I'm the one to play. It's like so high. It's so high in the clouds. It's beautiful. The night falls, the place where the night, the darkness. I belong in the darkness. I belong in the beauty of the night. The beauty that I've now lit up and am now myself.
The place where I belong.
Beautiful.
No matter what changes, no longer change.
I will stay a woman. I will stay beautiful. I will stay with my family, with my town. Understand my family. It's gonna be great.
No matter what change, no longer change me. I can feel the light after the sun goes down.
I can feel the light even after the sun goes down. Like, this is like the sound. Like, no, even the sound's going down. No, but this, you hear the sound, the sun going up, the light in the self, the high, flying up to the sky, liberation, wings, beautiful. The sun, no, that the sun, I can feel the light, the Nietzsche's warming light, innocent light, childish light, and creative longing for the world. That is what Bridget has now. No need to show off, no need to be a bounty hunter. You can be a bounty hunter, but do it for good, do it for yourself, be wonderful, be in touch with others. And that's why I believe there is definitely a sort of a Japanese edge to this, even though, again, character is English. All right. Happy Pride Month, everyone. This has been David Leibowitz with Philosophical Video Game Philosophy. Next Guilty Gear song is May. Disaster Passion, because it's summer. Woo! David Leibowitz, Philosophical Video Game Philosophy. Peace.